I'm sorry, because I'm not embarrassed at all, because I just pooped my pants. I would do this every day if I could.
Welcome everyone to the main broadcast. I am your host, Alex Rogers, and I am with my friendly co-hosts, Adam, Peter, and Dan. We are hitting the ground running with our perfect intro. Isn't that right, Dan?
Absolutely. What do we got for today? Take it away.
Yeah. I heard a baby today say wah wah wah.
Fair.
Like, say the word wah wah wah, or it just went wah.
No, I heard it, like, you know when you're, like, making a joke and you're like, oh, wah, 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 it's a baby. I actually heard this baby say, wah, wah, wah. Like a comic. It was freaky. I'm starting to think that Japanese isn't real.
Well, do Japanese babies cry different?
Very loud, very high-pitched.
No, but I mean, do they have an accent when they cry?
I don't...
I don't know.
Can you give me an example of what you think it would be?
I don't know, because, like, if you do a stereotypical accent laugh from, like, France or something, you're like, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. You know, like, it's like, they laugh, people laugh with accents. Do Japanese babies cry with accents?
Can you do an Asian accent with a cry without making it sound like Owen Wilson?
Okay. Wait.
Wah. Wah, oh, wah.
Wow.
That sounded like Waluigi.
Waluigi, yeah. I guess they would just sound like angry Italian men then. Wow. Oh. Wah.
Yeah, when a baby bumps his head or her head, he just goes wah.
Because if I try and do a French baby crying, I sound like a Japanese baby. Like, the French people laugh like ho ho, and the Japanese babies cry like oh wah 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 wah. Wah.
Do you guys want to start? Do you want to start again? Do we want to start again?
Yeah, it took me a minute, but I'm like, we've already hit the podcast like 2-hour delirium already.
We started late. That's why.
Oh, what a day.
Yeah, for the people who don't know, we are starting like 2 hours later than what we usually do. I will take the blame on that, and that's why...
What do you mean 2 hours? More like 2 days.
Oh, yeah, 2 hours and 2 days.
Well, yeah. Well, the first 2 days were my fault, and the last 2 hours were Alex's.
Yeah. Holy shit.
My first topic is actually also about babies. So we have a baby-heavy podcast. At one point in our lives, we were all babies. I'm pretty sure of this.
Yeah.
I don't think Peter was ever a child. I'm convinced.
He was just born with a beard and mustache.
I don't think he was born at all. I think he just was like, and just existed like out of nowhere.
Just popped into existence.
Yeah.
Well, I have seen photographs of child Peter, and it doesn't look anything like him. Like, if you his year 6 photo and his year 7 photo are two completely different people. So your theory is like right on there. Like, he looks the same now as he did when he was 14, but very different from when he was 13.
But no comment.
Yeah, but excluding Peter, we were probably all babies at one point.
That is right.
And then a moment that I had that sort of broke me out of the matrix again, which seems to now be a regular topic on this podcast. Are things that I see in the world and they don't make sense.
I think it happened from the cricket. It started from the cricket. The blade cricket.
No, the owls. It's the curse of the owl question from episode 1. So every day babies poop. and so I was thinking, what happened for I'm assuming at least million years before humans invented nappies? What
Stinky
happened?
babies. Stinky babies.
Yeah,
in baths.
but because
Well,
humans
if
are
we're
the only.
assuming this is like pre like clothing era, or like
Yeah.
very basic clothing.
Yeah, still a full human, but no technological advancements at all. Like ground zero.
Yeah, like before like Ice Age, baby.
Yeah,
She would
even
just
before Ice Age,
run down
baby.
the leg.
Well,
They'd
I
have
don't.
some sort of protective nappy thing, and then whatever fell out.
No, but
Yeah, I'm assuming it was just like a basic loincloth. Like if it was,
Yeah.
Do you think we developed like nappies and loincloths before we evolved butt cheeks?
No, we had butt
No,
cheeks first.
I think
100%.
Yeah.
I think we had
So,
butt
like-
if the theory of evolution is correct and we did descend from,
What
apes.
I don't understand is how we survived, like as the human species have survived for millions of years. That's what I don't understand.
Because our minds are very different. I feel like our minds have evolved,
No,
but
but-
our bodies have stayed the same.
Yeah, but when we are babies, right?
Yes.
We are useless.
Oh yeah,
We can't do
for the
anything.
for the first at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Up to
But
10.
an animal, like a giraffe or something, when it's born, it can start walking within a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as deer and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah, it's because they're
Agreed, 100%.
designed to be more independent. Like it's an evolutionary thing for the infant to be born, sort of not quite done, but that was a payoff for us to have bigger brains. So we got as big as we possibly can before we get too big to be born.
Who designed us to be like?
Well,
useless?
it depends who you ask. It depends
True.
who you ask.
Yeah, I also don't understand why we're not born with like 3 lungs. Because I feel like I could get a lot more shit done if I could have more breath.
Maybe it's like the perfect balance between energy and efficiency.
Maybe.
yeah. I feel
Like,
like
3 lungs would
lung
take too much.
capacity. With like 3 lungs, I don't feel like 3 lungs is an evolutionary advantage over 2 lungs. Maybe, like the density of like the alveoli or whatever it is, the air sacs within your lungs might be more.
On my small amount of research that I did, I found out that humans are the only animals with butt cheeks, which is why, like, other animals don't have to wear clothes or nappies because there's no issues. So,
But we also sit on our butt. If we didn't sit on our butt, we probably wouldn't
No.
have butt cheeks.
no, it's for us walking upright. We need, like, thick muscles. That's why we have butt
Okay.
cheeks. It's got nothing to do with sitting, because plenty
It's
of
more for
animals
walking,
sit down.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can get your dog to sit, but they're not double cheeked up. Like they're
Yeah, but they don't look exactly comfortable when they sit down either.
yeah, that's why they lay down most of the time. But
Are
yeah,
you saying
we
dogs lay down because they don't have ass cheeks?
I bet we
Scientific
probably
fact.
lay down less because we do. Right? It's got a double purpose. Because it's not like because if it didn't, it'd just be hard muscle. It's not hard muscle. It's soft muscle.
That is very true. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I suppose it does depend, like, on your position, because, like, if you're standing up, it's more firm.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying these things with confidence and having very little knowledge to back them up. Because it's like, like all great thinkers throughout history, you make much more interesting points if you just speak from an uninformed point and wildly speculate. Like, it's much more interesting to hear. We learned this from the peanut discussion. Nothing good came from that because I'd done my research.
Holy shit. Yeah, I just think evolution's crazy because technically
Evolution is crazy.
we don't have ass cheeks. We just have your leg.
What?
Each leg has just like a piece of fat on the back of it. And
I think it's disconnected
and-
from that, though.
I don't know. I feel like if you like hip down,
it's more attached to your back than your leg.
I would say it's connected to my leg. Like if you were to take my entire leg off, like you were like, we need to amputate your entire leg. I feel like my ass cheek would go with that.
Where does leg end and butt begin? It's like one of the most important questions that's been plaguing doctors for years now.
take a picture of me and just put the text "Doctors hate him" underneath.
Because if you, I'm stood up now to try and like gauge this. If you like feel the very top of your leg at the front and run it around, that actually is that's on the top of your butt.
Yep, I'm aware. So, if when you sit down, I'm now looking at my own leg and feeling up my own leg. If I was to chop off my entire leg, and my ass cheek would go with it.
Yeah. So we got
Hold
split.
up. I have a muscle diagram.
Ooh.
Well, how
We have
muscly is
science.
your ass?
No, like I need to see this from behind. I need to see this muscle because I always see muscle man from the front. I need to see him from the back. This one's handy for sort of judging the top of the leg versus the back of the leg. Because from the back, it looks like the butt is completely separate from the leg. But from the front, if you were to line those up height-wise, you can clearly see that the butt is attached to the back of the leg.
I feel vindicated because I feel like this is getting my point across of your ass cheek is part of your leg.
So your butt isn't one thing. Your butt is actually is two different things, and they're both an individual leg component.
Correct. That's what I was saying from the start.
Yeah, I know, and initially I disagreed with you, but you showed me some evidence and you swayed me to your side.
I know, right? It feels really good. I feel I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of proud of myself for that one. I've been it sounds stupid, I've thought of that for a long time. Like, that is something I've thought about consistently when I'm just like, my leg hurts. And then I'm like, it's a bit of my ass cheek. But then, what is my ass cheek? And then I just started thinking about when is my ass cheek?
So someone is not completely legless if they still have a butt in your mind, Alex.
So, correct. Okay. If they can shit properly, they have both their legs.
It's not no, because your butthole is not a part of your leg. That's your spine. The butt is that's where the spine and the leg meet.
You can take that out of context so much. You just go, your butthole.
How did we get? We got way too quick from babies to this. Much too quickly. We've only been recording for 17 minutes.
This is the best 17 minutes of this podcast we've ever had. Amazing.
I could have skipped this one. I'm not needed here for this one.
I always find it funny when like people do real science and like NASA go to Mars, and they send a rover there, and they're just like, it turns out that the soil on Mars has actually got 15% more potassium in it than the soil on Earth, and everyone's like, boring. And then someone like Elon Musk just randomly goes, I'm gonna go to Mars and I'm gonna build all the houses and an Earth colony, and I'm gonna be king of the moon. And people are like, yeah, and like get way more into that aspect of science when someone just makes things up. It's the best, and I feel like you pulled that off perfectly, Alex.
It's less science than kind of just bullshit at that point.
Yeah, it is. But he just says it. He's like, I'm going to put chips in everybody's brain, and they're all going to be half computer. And everyone's like, woohoo! And then you see the actual medical research for it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, ugh.
Ooh, no.
Boring.
Have you seen the dude with the Neuralink in at the moment? He's like playing games with his eyes.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I reckon I could beat every single pro on the planet. Like, easily. And to me, I feel like that should be a given. No. At like an FPS shooter, like COD or something.
Oh, okay.
Which makes me go, could you imagine losing, like that guy losing, and the only, like, you can't train that guy. He just has to see faster. Like, that's his training. He just has to look left and right quicker.
But to be fair, that's just reflexes. And most sports and professional things already come down to genetic reflexes anyway. So all that's going to happen is everyone's going to be much better at things, but the people who were better without the Neuralink are still going to be better than the people when everyone has one.
No, that's true. That is true.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Everyone's just going to be 100 times better.
Yeah.
It'll be a crazy like split, right? For the people that have it versus the people that don't.
You think it's going to be like
the conversations aren't
AI kind of oh my god, AI AI war.
It'll be. Well, I think every conversation will be very similar to this podcast in that the three of us, if me, you, and Dan all had the link,
Nothing is going to be similar to this podcast.
Well, no, because if me, Alex, and Dan had the link, and we instantly got all the knowledge of the muscles, and we could have that conversation in like a minute, and then Peter, you're sat on the sidelines not understanding what's going on. We basically did that earlier. Like that's exactly what every conversation is going to be like for people without the Neuralink.
Why can't I have the Neuralink and be the smarter one for once?
Because you didn't say
Well, no,
anything.
but I'm saying
Why did I have to be the dumb one again?
Because I'm just using you as the example because you didn't say anything. That's what it'd be like for the person without it. Everyone else will, we'll talk about like, oh, the winter solstice is coming up soon, and then everyone will have immediate information on the winter solstice, and the one person without the Neuralink is like, yeah, when is that again? And he's already left behind. Like he's done.
What do you think? Do you think dyslexia could impact a Neuralink? Like like when they're talking about winter solstice, and like, I imagine it comes up in your brain with all the information.
It makes it go slower.
Not even. It's just
like it's always stuck on 1.0 version. You can't update it.
I was just gonna say when you're like reading the Wikipedia page about the winter solstice, you just got a bunch of like flubs in the speech that you're having. You're just like,
No, what'll happen is we'll be talking about like, oh yeah, the world's fastest jungle cat, and Peter will be like, yeah, I love eating Cheetos. They're all over my fingers from the Neuralink. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. It'd just be like, I think the load time would be slower. It'd be like you're connected to dial-up instead of NBN.
Oh, you said Cheetos instead of I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god.
I honestly
Shall
thought.
I redo the joke again?
No. I
got the orange cheesy powder on my fingers. There, I can cut the joke so it makes.
I thought
you understand.
I thought you were just like, oh, he's just gonna have his own conversation to like just himself.
No, it mistakes Cheetos for Cheetos.
Adam, I'll give you that. It's very clever. It's very funny.
Yeah.
I think I'm too stupid for that joke. I think I actually missed that. Guys, I think my favorite part about this podcast is I no longer think of it as a podcast and more of just a show. Like this doesn't feel like a podcast. It feels just like I'm like entertaining
what's
people.
What's the difference?
Now.
Some episodes will work.
But isn't that what a podcast is meant to be, Alex?
I don't know.
I think so. At least,
yeah.
Depending on the content, yeah.
I don't know what a podcast is anymore. I feel like my initial idea for this podcast is just not.
I know what a podcast is. We are not that.
Yeah, right.
I can say that for a fact.
So isn't a podcast meant to be something to do with like
whatever we're doing? That ain't it.
Yeah.
It's meant to come from like pre-recorded broadcast, right? Something like that.
I think so, but what we're doing is wrong.
It feels like just a sesh with the boys.
Different.
Yeah.
Different. I wouldn't say it's wrong. It's just different.
Wrong's the wrong word, but I just feel like whatever we are doing isn't a podcast. It's like it's just we're just yapping on with the boys.
Podcast actually comes from iPod and broadcast, so combining an Apple product.
Huh. The more you know.
Well, that's why we're the main broadcast. We're not a podcast.
Yeah.
Because
we hate it. You have an iPhone. What are you talking about?
And an iPad.
You have an iPhone and a Mac. How are you anti-Mac? You just spent like $5,000 on it 6 months ago.
No, hold on. I'm not saying I'm anti-Apple. I'm saying we are anti-Apple.
So 3 out of 4 of us are, and it rounds up. Is that basically what you're saying?
Pretty much. We're not
It's a majority rules kind of thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's how this company works. The company based in Philadelphia, the main cast.
No, it wasn't Philadelphia. It was. It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't even matter.
Holy shit. I had another thing that happened to me at work the other day. I don't know if I can say this because it just happened recently, but I don't think anyone at work's going to hear this.
This is the beginning of the end right now. Right now,
Yeah, I reckon
this
it
is going to
is.
be played back in court with someone going
Scandal.
like, I don't think anyone is going to hear this.
And to that, if this is in a court, I call oopsie daisy on this one. I made a big boo boo. I asked like a white dude with his family because like I was just working and they came over to me to ask me a couple questions. So I answered them, and
And did you speak Japanese in them?
no,
That would've been
because they
great.
were speaking English, and I was
No, you
like,
should have just started speaking Japanese.
yeah, because it was him.
That would have been amazing.
He was a white dude, and he had like an Asian wife. And
You nervous?
Was that the funny bit?
no,
I'm confused.
no. And he was with his Asian wife, and I was like, oh, so where are you guys from? And he said like Tokyo. He was like, oh, we're from Tokyo, and I was like, no, really, like, where are you from? Like,
Oh my
where
god,
are
you did the thing. But you did
I
it
was like-
backwards.
And I was like, oh no, like where are you from? Like I'm sure you weren't like you live in Tokyo. And he's like, no, we live in Tokyo. And I was like, oh okay. What's your ethnicity then? And he was like,
Where are you from?
I was like, I was like, where are you from? He's like, Tokyo. I was like talking to a white dude. He said he's from Tokyo, and I was like, fucking sure, dude. I believe you. Like I just came from Tokyo too, but I don't say I'm from Tokyo. And I was like,
Well,
what?
maybe you should.
I should maybe, but like, my heart sank. I just felt like I'm still like it's still sinking now talking
Well,
about
you're
it
not
right
clear
now.
enough.
So wait, but why did you? If you would like, oh no, I made a mistake. Why did you double down and ask him what is your ethnicity?
Because he needed to be
Why didn't
fucking
you just
outed.
leave it?
He needed to be fucking outed about
He
it.
didn't add him.
I was pissed off.
He didn't like the answer.
I was pissed off about it because I was like, motherfucker, I know you're not Japanese. I can see it. I'm looking at you. You are a white man. And I'm like,
What was the answer to his question then?
I never got it. A coworker
He doubled
Why
down.
don't you just say, where were you born?
Well, because what if he was like Tokyo? Would I just been like, oh, then I guess
Where
you
were
are
you?
Japanese.
Yeah, then you got to do the thing. This is literally a Karen meme. You turned into a Karen.
But I'm not
Where
a
you're just
Karen.
like, well, where are your parents from? Where are your people
No, I
from?
wouldn't say Karen.
I want to say,
I've-
no, I'm not a Karen, but I feel like I was very deserved of an answer that was not, I'm
Well,
from
you
Japan.
weren't. You racially profiled a man and then wouldn't accept it when he answered your question.
Because I know he's lying. I know he's not from Japan.
This is literally what some 45-year-old woman with a bob cut is saying right now to her husband who hates her over a glass of red wine. They're having the same conversation right now.
Here's my problem. If he was from Japan, he would have had a Japanese accent. He did not. He had a different kind of accent, which was not Japanese. Therefore, I know for a fact he wasn't living in Tokyo for his whole life. He was speaking fluent English. So that's why I was like, oh, where are you from? I was expecting
That's why
like,
you should have just started speaking Japanese. Because then if he didn't know, you'd have gone, haha, gotcha, you fuck.
Did you
'cause
ask
then-
him in English or in Japanese?
In English,
Like-
because he came up to me in English. He spoke English first,
Ah.
and I was like,
Did he
was
have
asking me questions?
What English? Well, yeah. What language? What accent did he have speaking English?
I'll never fucking know because I never got my answer.
What did it sound like? Though, did it sound
did it-
European or
yeah.
American?
It sounded, I want to say Canadian.
Okay,
So
it was
that's-
Well, then he's from
almost
Canadian.
American, like
Canada.
very Western, like a very Western
Wait, like
accent.
French Canadian or just regular Canadian?
I don't know. I don't know the
Because
difference.
most Canadians are sneaky. You don't catch them until they say a boot. Like sometimes they get away with it for hours before you have to sniff them out.
Yeah, right. I was more.
Yeah.
I was tempted.
Do you have to
not
like
tempted.
trick him? Do you have to go, my favourite shoe is a boot. What is your favourite
What is
shoe?
your favorite shoe?
Do you think they're like putting their finger on their chin, being like, is he tricking me, making me trying to say a boot?
What's that movie? Oh, there's something Mary. Oh, I can't get it. And then they say it, and you've got him.
Dude, there's a snake in your not shoe. What's that word? Right?
No, you can't get them to say boot. You need to get them to say about is the word.
Yeah.
If they say boot, it doesn't help.
Oh, yeah,
Because
true,
the
'cause if
Canadian
they-
saying about sounds like an American saying a boot.
Yes, true, 'cause
So
if they could have been British, and I could have been like, and they say boot, I go, oh, you are Canadian.
Yeah.
I would have racially profiled them twice.
Yeah. That might be the best segment I have to cut, Alex. Well done.
Do you think that'll have to be cut? Do you think?
Nah, you'll fine.
Are you?
Yeah, I think it's mostly fine.
Yeah.
You did it to someone of the same Z's. It's fine.
Now I have the best part.
I want that a t-shirt. You did it someone of the same Z's. It's fine.
Yeah. So I know. Now we have to cut this part out. So. Okay. This goes after the end when like just
What's
now,
gonna happen,
cut this
Alex?
out.
Is it's gonna go? Oh, by the way, I know his beep.
Yeah.
We have to cut this out, and then it's gonna hard cut. That's what's gonna
fine.
happen. Why does it bother you that he's lying to you? Just because the principle
'cause
of the thing?
He's so white. He's so white.
Oh my
And
god,
just-
Sid.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how white is he?
Because it like a 9 or an 8. It's like super white. He's like
That's
he
white.
has white hair.
Is he like
fucking
Sheamus
white.
from WWE?
No, he has white hair. He has white hair, and he's like tall. He's
Is he
nothing. He's
Alex?
just the opposite Asian.
Alex, are you insulting an albino man?
I'm not
Have you
insulting
just been?
an albino
Are you
man.
harassing a man? Are you harassing a man with
Has he-
albinism?
I'm not
Does
harassing.
he look like he's never been outside before?
Kinda, but the thing
Alex,
is,
I think he's just albino. I
He's
think
not.
he's just
I
albino.
think he's just
no,
yeah.
he's not albino.
I think he is.
He's not.
What colour's his hair?
Yeah, he
White.
is.
What colour's his skin? Super white.
White.
Alex, I think he's just an albino person, and you're being so mean.
Like, we can still cut this out.
Well, he might have been living there for 35 years.
He might have been. Oh my god, this sounds so bad. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. Oh my god. This podcast rocks. Oh god. A group of my mates went to the beach tonight, and they were just like, "Are you coming?" And I was like, "No, I've got to go on a call for my sister, who's a TikToker." And
Why don't you
I
just
just-
lie? Wait, why are you
That is-
lying?
that is a
Why-
lie.
Why are you? Yeah, why are you lying?
Why? Yeah. That's free publicity right there.
I mean,
Alex.
I
We
don't
could
know
have
them
gone-
that well, and I don't want their first
Impression
the impression
to be
of
the podcast.
is not this podcast. I'm just
You
worried
don't
that
have
they're
to
gonna
tell
find
them
my
the
s-
name of it.
No, you're right.
You just
but,
have to tell them that you're doing it.
Yeah, because okay, so if I went, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
and
do a
then
podcast.
once you-
and they
Oh,
go,
you don't want
And
to
then
like
they'll ask.
introduce yourself as a podcaster, as a white dude.
Here's my thing. I don't want to be introduced as the dude who got the circumcision because I know that if they were to ever look at our episode list, the one that they would click on is probably an emergency surgery. I feel like that's
Fair.
That's
That's
the
fair.
one.
Have you asked any of your roommates if they want to go to the Busted show?
I did, and they went, "Who's busted?" And
Play them busted.
and I stopped talking to them. We're not friends anymore. Busted.
You could come here. Busted are doing a show here, Alex.
Yeah,
You
but they're
could
also
come
doing
here.
it. They're coming to Tokyo, which, first of all, it's going to be fucking hilarious to try and watch them speak Japanese if they can't. And two,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be even better to be the. It'll be like White Guy Central there. I'll make so many friends.
It'd be empty, right? You'd think. I'm imagining it's going to be empty.
It'll be me and
What?
that dude who's bullshitting about being from Tokyo, because I know he'll fucking go.
That's just start singing "Thunderbirds I Go," and if he sings along, you know
Yeah.
you've got
Yeah.
it.
I just start humming like I asked you to go to the disco, and he's like,
Yeah.
I know that, and I go, fucking knew it, I knew it, and you're
Yeah.
fucking loyal.
Yeah, if you ever see him again, just start singing Busted lyrics.
Yeah, I've been catching myself singing while I'm like working, and I'm just singing English songs, and then people look at me and be like, "Oh, like what song is that?" And I go, I have no idea. Like I'm just starting to hum now all the time, and instead of saying like yes, I say height, and I even do that when talking to me in English, and I sound like a moron. And I'm
You're
noticing
going to be insufferable when you get back.
Oh, you're gonna. You're
You're
gonna be
to
like,
the supermarket.
hey guys, it's pronounced pasito.
Yeah, if you're going to this, you'll be going to the supermarket, just like, oh yeah, this foreign aisle. Oh, I love this stuff. I used to eat these all the time in Japan.
Yeah. Do you know how sometimes when you're bilingual and then sometimes you'll think in English but you'll speak in Japanese? Oh, it's so annoying.
That's so annoying.
I will say this now. if I do that, every time I speak Japanese or mention Japan on this podcast when I go back to Australia, I will personally give the podcast $1.
Now you're gonna literally be like, all right, everybody, ichi ni san. Oh no, I'm so silly. I'm counting in Japanese.
How much longer have you got in Japan?
Until March. So I'm currently getting my visa extended right now, so maybe I can work in Hakuba, which is like a snow area. If that doesn't get extended, I come back in October.
Will it get extended? Like, is there a reason why it wouldn't get extended?
No, I can't think of one.
Because you're racist, or
No.
Yeah, because if they listen to this podcast, that's for the reason it doesn't get extended.
I'm telling you right now, if any of my future employers find this podcast, I'm not getting that job. It's. I'm sorry to any of my future
good thing
bosses.
we're not big enough.
Yeah. Shout out.
If we get big enough, we'll do a Patreon and they can listen to the raw cut. But we'll get them to sign like a non-disclosure agreement or something, so they can't sue us or put us on Twitter. It's like,
If I want to say this, if you pay for a Patreon, you are not allowed to get cancelled. Sorry, hold on. You can't cancel them if you pay for their Patreon.
I reckon.
What?
Yep.
Are you like making a point, or are you making a joke? I'm not sure.
I'm making a point. If
Both.
you pay for someone's Patreon, say like, okay, maybe not
Yeah,
too
you
far.
should not be able to use it against them.
Yeah, if you pay for their Patreon and we're just like, it's raw, uncut footage that the other podcast that is a joke, you cannot cancel us. But I was gonna say,
Well,
if you pay for
I
their
guess it
Patreon, you
depends.
you can't get cancelled.
Well, no. I mean, like, I can think of an example where your logic immediately falls apart. Because what
Okay.
if you're a fan of someone, and then that gives you access to their unedited live streams, and then you find out that anytime their dog walks in the same frame as them, they just punch it in the face and say, "Get out of here!" Like, if you see people doing things like that,
I think
that's fair to cancel them.
Yeah.
Check and mate, Alex.
I have one.
Check
To any of our
and
future
mate.
Patreons, if you see me punch an animal, you can't cancel me. It's a joke.
No, it's alright. It's alright, guys. I'll tackle him. I'll take him out.
Yeah. That'll be
I
one
don't
hell
like
of a live
dogs
stream.
anyway.
It's one hell of a live stream. I punch a dog and then Dan tackles me to the floor.
Get him down.
This is. I'm so sorry, Adam. This is.
This is recut.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What is happening? What did I have? I had a coffee before this
Adam-
started. This is.
Well,
Did
Alex-
you opioids and coffee again?
No.
But Alex, when I edited last week, or the most recent one, the amount of like, we would be having a conversation and then you just say a little thing into the microphone. I'm like, all right, cut that. You just like under your, not quite under your breath, but like we'd be talking about something, and we'd be talking about like.
Out of pocket comment.
Yeah, like we talk about. I'm like, oh yeah, because babies poop out their butts, and you'd be like, ooh, baby butt, and like little things like that, and I'd be like, oh, all right, let's get rid of that.
Did it
Things
make you
that
laugh?
we didn't hear. Yeah, it made me laugh, but I'm like, that has to
Good.
go.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby butt.
Yeah. We'd be like having just a conversation, and you just say something really quiet into the microphone, and I'm like, there was a couple I boosted because they made me laugh, but there were a few that I'm like,
Have you noticed that a lot of the time when like we're having a conversation, someone will say something like a half sentence, and then you just have to cut that out because it happens all the time. I think I do that constantly. Like you guys are saying something, and I'll try and make a point or like change the topic or maybe do something else, and I get halfway through, and then someone starts laughing, and I just stop. Like I just stop talking.
It's a bit hard to read, like as people are talking in Discord. To be fair,
it's so difficult, but I think we actually are doing quite a good job at this. Like now
We've definitely
we are.
gotten better.
Yeah. Have you guys listened to the first podcast we've ever done, like properly?
No.
It's fucking
when you
grim.
say the first one, the first Discord one, or the first live action one?
First Discord one.
probably either or.
The first live action
I
one
think
is
the first Discord one wouldn't be bad. We had plenty of live action practice, surely.
well, it's just because Discord there's a lot of delay, and so like
Yeah.
maybe I was able to edit it out, but like there was a lot of we yapped.
How's the Chinese Whispers one going?
I haven't
Yeah,
been able.
finish it.
I haven't been able to touch that since I've got here. I do apologize.
You have. You just have chosen not to.
No, I literally haven't had the time. Like
He's a working boy now.
Yeah, I work
He
now.
went to see fireworks like a week ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
I did a firework festival.
You got to make sacrifices, Alex.
Okay.
You're there to work, not to enjoy
Hey,
yourself.
Adam, how's our shorts going, dude?
I don't know. We've been editing the full podcast.
He's an old man. He hurt his
Yeah.
back. Get off
did.
him.
Get off of my back. I can't carry myself. Never mind carry you.
Yeah.
Ooh, bad back.
When he was like, how's our broke back European?
Yeah.
Because that, I was dead after reading that. I laughed so hard.
I didn't understand it at first. I was reading it like, how's a broke back European? Like, I thought you were asking, like, how is Brokeback European? I'm like, did they make a sequel to The Mountain? Like, what do you mean?
I
didn't
misread
get
it
it.
completely. I read it as how is the Brokeback European, and I was like, the fuck is that? I was like, what does that even mean? And then I read your
At least Dan
I read
got
your
it.
paragraph, and like I was reading it in my head like it was a goddamn movie trailer. It was so dramatic, and I was like, "Do you want to read it out? Do you want to read?"
You can read it how you read it in your head, Al. You can read it out
Yeah.
in like a movie.
Yeah. So it was like, so I said, "Are we potting tonight?" Peter said, "I'm good with it. How is the Brokeback European?" And then it cuts to you going, "Feeling good today, top of the world, strong as ox. Actually, more like an oxo cube. I'm a bit crumbly. Okay, I'm basically Samuel L. Jackson's character from Glass, where all my bones break if I'm touched by a breeze. I have become a puddle on the floor, a sad, strange little man, a shadow of my former self. But yeah, I'm good to podcast whenever."
Yeah.
That's how I read
that
it.
was my experience this morning. I woke up, I'm like, I feel good. Oh, no, I'm a little sore.
When
Ooh,
you
no,
guys,
Ow.
when you guys read like each other's messages, do you hear each other's voices? Or do you just like... No. I only hear your guys' voice.
No. I read in one voice, pretty much, exclusively.
Yeah, I hear my
It's
own
not
voice.
my own. I don't. I think my
Unless
my
it's
breeding
like
voice
a
is different
mannerism
voice.
thing. Like if Dan, for example, if Dan says a catchphrase or something that I hear Dan say,
Let's go on.
I'll then hear that.
Can you say Dan's catchphrase?
I don't know. That's just an example. Or if Dan messages me, yeah, whatever, I'll read it in Dan's yeah, whatever thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Like if
yeah.
someone wrote "Have you met Ted?" I would read that as "Have you met Ted?" from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
other
that's
than
true.
specific things like that, I just read everything, books, messages, whatever, in the exact same voice. Different tones, but the same voice.
Yeah, quotes and references will 100% get the voice that it was said in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
No.
when I'm like reading stuff, it's
Yeah.
it's
And whenever
specifically,
I
like, my
hear,
voice.
what do you mean? What do I mean? I always read that in your voice, Alex.
Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Always.
What do I mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Always.
Jinx.
I always hear your voices when I read the messages.
Interesting.
Constantly. Even when
That'd be annoying.
even when I read like the fucking emojis that Peter sends, like the XD, I just hear him laughing. Like
See, I read XD. I read XD as XD, like a really happy, but I read it as like someone saying XD in a happy
Like
voice.
really happy letters.
Yeah, you know, like
Oh,
sometimes
shit.
Peter, you'll say, "Oh, sad face." I read XD as like, "Ha, XD."
no, that's I didn't know there was a way to read that wrong. That's wrong.
I don't think I read anyone else's emojis like that. Like I don't read other people's, but Peter's I read as him saying the emoji because he communicates in verbal emoji sometimes.
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
He's like one of the only few that I read it in.
And I want to say this now.
That's only because I'm a big fan of Arvin the Chief, and that's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
it was.
100%.
I'm
written
not,
a
I'm
lot
not
of time.
criticizing. I'm just explaining.
Yeah.
And sometimes the emoji isn't enough. Sometimes you just got to type it out.
Yeah, smile, sad face.
Sometimes you got to type out, "Oh my god, what the fuck, BBQ."
Yeah.
I think I gotta
But
give.
yeah, no, this leads.
You go,
on,
Dan.
hang on.
You go. I'm
Yeah.
lost.
But no, this leads well into how you also see things in like your mind's eye, like how, like when you're thinking about something. So like,
As in on acid?
No, no. Like if you were to like picture an apple in your mind, right, in your mind's eye.
You're a vibe
Like,
today,
do you see nothing at all? Do you see a grey apple? Do you see like a fully coloured red apple?
I see a fully coloured red apple.
I don't know. I
But I can see a green apple if you tell me to.
Like if you were to picture in your mind a red apple.
The colour doesn't fucking matter. Jesus.
Yeah. But I'm just
Like-
saying, I see it in colour, and it's like, you know, it's
Yeah.
like shiny. It's like the perfect red apple.
Yeah, so like not everyone has the same like mental or like picture within their mind. So like some people will see nothing at all.
What I always find trippy is if you can picture something in your mind, where is it? Like, where is that image?
Ah. Yeah, like
Like, it doesn't exist in front of you, but it doesn't exist just in your head because you can see it.
no, that's a good question. Yeah. Where does your mind exist to you?
I can literally see it with my eyes, but it is nowhere around me. So where is it? Why is that making you laugh, Alec?
Just because
You gonna say like in your brain?
Yeah, because I was gonna be like, oh, yeah. I thought you meant like, where is it? I thought you were actually asking like, if I was thinking of an apple, where's that apple? Like, am I thinking of?
Oh,
actual
is it on a
apple?
construction site or something?
Yeah, are you just like, yeah. I thought
No,
you were just
no,
like,
I'm visualizing an
I
apple.
lost my apple. Where is it?
Yeah,
Where
I
did it
thought
go?
I thought you were like, I can just imagine you doing like Dwayne the Rock like Johnson. You know when he like looks into the sky and he squints his eyes, and you go, where is my apple?
Yeah. No, I'm like, where in space does that image exist?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's trippy. It's deep.
Do you think?
So do we all think visually?
I do, but not like not clear as day. It's quite vivid, but like I still see colors and stuff. It's just I only see it. It's like a flash. I see flashes of stuff. I can't. If I was to try and focus on picturing an apple, I couldn't do it. I'm like unless I was to close
Interesting.
my eyes and properly focus.
Yeah.
But there's points in the
I
day.
definitely find
where-
it easier to close my eyes.
Yeah, I find that points in the day that my imagination is a lot clearer, and I can picture stuff quite easier. But it does fluctuate. But like if you were to be like picture an apple right now, I would see it, but it would be like there's like a white filter over it, kind of. Like
Okay,
it's
so
almost
yeah,
like
it's
a
like
flash
grayed out.
filter.
Or like
Yeah.
grayscale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not great because I can still see the color, but it just like appears quite quickly and
Okay.
goes away quite quickly.
Oh, I get you now. I get you.
To me,
Yeah.
to me, it's very similar to those squigglies that are in your eye, where like you can see them when you're not looking at them. That's what my thoughts appear as.
Squiggly lines.
You know this. But you know the squigglies in your eye.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, like where you can't. If you try and look at them, you can't actually see them.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what my thoughts are. That's where they are.
That's a pretty good way to describe this podcast. It's like if you were to listen to the squiggly lines that are in your eyes.
If they had voices, that's what you'd hear. But I can play like full movies in my head.
Yeah.
Your brain is Netflix. That's cool.
Yeah, but like I can, if I come up with a story in my head, I can turn that into like a full like visual cinematic experience. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's
I
so
get
funny.
I get to enjoy it.
I'm just like confused by the fact that I can remember like almost 1,000 Pokemon, but I can't remember to pick up my fucking keys from work.
Priorities.
Yeah, it's your brain. Here's another brain, like weird brain thing. When you think, all right, we've all watched anime in Japanese.
Yeah.
We've all watched
Correct.
anime in Japanese. All right, and we've watched it with subtitles because we don't speak Japanese.
Speak
When
for
you
yourself.
think back to, but when you but when you think back to a scene that was happening,
Yes.
what are the sounds that you remember? Like in the scene that you watched in Japanese, are they speaking English now in your memory, or are they speaking Japanese and are you remembering it perfectly,
Oh,
or
it
has your
is.
brain just remembered gibberish?
I don't know.
It becomes a silent film for
Kind
me.
of. Kind.
Really?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Mine auto translates for me.
I've never like actively tried to like call back on a scene like that. That's
Yeah.
If I'm completely out of it, it becomes a silent movie. Or if I generally know where the conversation went, it's like a broken down version of that conversation.
Because now if you try and remember like Luffy fighting Don Flamingo,
Spoilers.
what does that scene sound like in your head?
it's
Yelling.
definitely
I
it's
only can remember
in
the yelling.
Japanese for me. I remember the
A
Japanese.
lot of yelling.
Okay.
And no, that's more. No, if I remember that scene, all I remember is me sitting there going, "Somebody hit somebody." That's all I remember.
Yeah.
See, I remember the Japanese things in English.
Oh, that's
Because
kind of
I'll
cool.
often be like, did I watch that in sub or in dub? And I cannot remember because my memory of thinking back to it is always in English.
Interesting.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So you guys keep talking.
Alright.
But yeah, I just remember the yelling, or like the hype moments of it. Other than that, there's not too much to remember. Oh, I just remember like looking at it, like the sound effects I can remember clearly.
Okay.
Bye.
I could tell if he'd gone. I thought I blacked out for a second. He said, "I'll be right back," and then immediately started talking.
Yeah.
I thought, "What happened? Did I just disappear?" I do often think back to that. Yeah, the Japanese thing. That's my one brain like trickery thing.
That's kind of cool though.
I'm never really sure of. Yeah, that you because if you're and that's the thing. If you're remembering it in Japanese, has your brain memorized Japanese, or is it just using words that vaguely sound Japanese to you and like slotting them in its place?
I reckon it's more noises.
I don't know.
Because it's like thinking back to like a movie scene. Because there are plenty of movie scenes that I can play in my head and remember. But if you ask me to transcribe it perfectly, I'll probably get it wrong.
Yeah.
So what am I actually remembering? I'm remembering something that didn't really happen.
To be fair,
because I'd get the word wrong.
my memory's garbage anyway.
To
So
be
like if I try and
fair.
remember like a movie or TV scene, unless it's like
Yeah.
a more like repeated scene, like it's like within the series or something, or like a catchphrase or something
Yeah.
like that. My memory of
Yeah.
that scene is not great. So like even in like English speaking movies,
Yeah.
my recollection of the scene, while it is in English, it wouldn't be like correct in like what actually happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you remember an abridged version of it, like cut down, like it's much shorter, and you more get the
feel and the
tone
vibe.
of the
Yeah.
scene. Yeah, like you can maybe like picture
Changing
some
the
lines.
words, not the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Like if Peter, if you tried to remember the Labradoodle scene from Scrubs, you wouldn't be able to transcribe it perfectly, even though you can see that scene in your head.
I reckon I can get pretty close.
Okay, I've got to think of a different scene then that you haven't watched a million times.
Don't pick a scrub scene then.
No. Okay, what is something you've seen a decent amount, but isn't Scrubs?
That's when you say it, Peter.
He's thinking.
That's your cue.
don't know.
That's your cue, man.
You were thinking.
I was expecting him to go line. Line.
I got nothing. I don't know.
What about you, Alex? If you try and if you remember a scene from like something you've just watched in English,
Yes.
like when was the last time you watched a house?
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay, cool. Picture a scene from that episode of House. Just one scene.
Okay. Yep.
All right. When you think back on that scene, can you remember every single word that was said?
Fuck no.
But
Like
can
I
you
wasn't.
play the scene in your head?
Yes. I remember the
So how is that
actions.
happening? How can you play the scene, but you can't remember exactly what happened?
Because if someone, because the episode that I was watching, he was holding a gun, and he shot the gun. So I remember him shooting the gun rather than him being like, "I'm gonna shoot you now." You know, like I remember the action.
But do you remember? Okay, but here's a better one even for TV shows. Try and remember when the camera cuts happened. You're playing the scene in your head. Surely you'd remember when the camera cuts happened.
Yeah, when
You
they
can see
show-
them happening.
when they show the apartment, like in Friends.
But is that the only camera cut? Surely they were happening every few seconds.
Yeah, that is
Because I feel
true,
like your
yeah.
brain almost creates like a 3D render of what happened, and you can sort of move around it at will.
My brain is so fried.
The human brain, everybody.
Oh,
And
my
this loops
brain-
back to our original topic of evolution.
Which, I think us four are very clear distinctions of how evolution shouldn't go. Maybe Dan. Dan's fine.
Oh
think
no,
it's
I'm
me
physically
and
fucked. No.
Us
Yeah,
four.
Dan has the
are
mental capacity.
Yeah. Like we are.
Yeah, together we can.
we get a funk. We get
together
like
we create one human being /
Yeah.
labradoodle.
That's it. We get one, not even like an Olympian level, just like
just a decent
completely
level.
average.
physically well and mentally well. Yeah.
IQ of 100 points.
Yeah. Out of how many points though?
That would be a fun podcast thing. We all take like different types of intelligence tests and sort of see what we get. Because you know you've got like, your classic IQ and then your artistic intelligence.
Oh, so you want to embarrass me?
No, but there's like that's why I said different. I said different kind of intelligence because you've got your classic IQ, but they have like artistic and musical intelligence, which I'd fail at.
So what is an IQ test then?
Basically, pattern recognition is all it is.
Oh,
Because it'll show you like 4 different shapes, and then it'll show you, and it'll give you 4 options, and it'll say which of these options belongs with these other 4, and you got to pick the pattern that matches best.
So like for example, it might be like I don't know, like a triangle that's like slightly rotated in like a sequence, and then you got to like try and figure out which is the next triangle that would fit in the sequence.
Do they get harder, or is that just like? Is that it?
No, they're all around that, but they're all
I don't even
different.
know
None of
that
them
means.
are difficult. They're basically like those ink blot tests, except there's a correct answer.
Oh, the
Okay.
Rorschach? No.
Rorschach.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I remember from Watchmen. It's the only reason I remember
holy
it.
shit! That's why it's called Brosh. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, that explains so much.
Yeah, that's where he gets his name from.
Yeah. The more you know.
I've never played Watch
An
Dogs.
owl man is an owl man. Alex, by the way, that didn't slip by me. Watchmen. We're talking about the movie Watchmen. You said I've never played Watch Dogs.
Did he?
Yeah. You didn't get past me.
Also haven't seen Watchmen. But more importantly, I haven't played Watch Dogs. So
Here's a tip for you, Alex. No one's played Watch Dogs, or the recent ones.
I got one last point for a lighter mood if you wanna.
Get us back to a happy thing.
Yeah. So
Take us back to looking at muscle diagrams.
sure.
Baby butts,
Easy,
right?
Easy baby butts. So I think
Yeah.
I've been drinking too much milk because
That's
Too much milk?
Too much milk.
Yeah.
So I went to a convenience store to buy milk so I can cook like omelets and stuff. And I bought like a liter carton, and this was like I think this is like the second carton of milk I bought in the last 4 days, and the guy gave me a straw with the liter of milk that I bought.
What?
How many times have you been to this convenience store?
This is like
How big
outside
was
of the
the straw?
dormitory. It was like a
What?
full straw. and
How
he
many liters or milliliters in the carton?
Well, it's a liter.
It's
so
a
it's
liter of
1,000.
Your human stomach can only handle like 1.5 liters of milk before it has to eject it.
So I think he's just I don't know, but I only bought milk, so it wasn't like it was for something else. I bought a carton of milk, and then he gave me a straw. Like
Maybe people sip milk.
and then he
Yeah,
looked
some
at me,
people
and then he
really,
looked at
really
me
like
as if I should say thank you for the straw.
Yeah,
because he
he's
like
just
looked
"Oh,
at me.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, and he like raised his eyebrows, and he was like, "I know."
Maybe he saw you as like a fellow milk drinker.
Like humans, like just in general, shouldn't be drinking a lot of milk. It's just not good for you.
It's
I
not
drink-
made for us. It's made for baby cows.
I drink so much milk.
I think you can stop. All right.
Do you drink milk by
All
itself?
right, Alex, next time you make an omelette, instead of buying some milk, buy some thickened cream instead, and use like a little bit of that instead. That
Thickened
way you
cream.
can't just straight up drink it. I mean, you can, but you gotta have
We
less
might
of a
give
good
you
time.
a straw anyway.
Thickened cream.
Do you ever have a glass of milk?
Would you be mad if I said yes?
Why are you going through so much milk though? Like you didn't answer that question.
I don't.
Yeah.
Because you
know.
don't use that much milk in an omelet.
No, he's
What's happening to all
as
the milk?
the convenience man has told us, he's now drinking it.
Yeah, are you drinking a lot of milk?
Yeah. I am.
How much glasses of milk a day do you have?
I don't have a glass of milk a day, but I do have bowls of cereal in the morning which require milk. And then sometimes before I go to bed I drink milk. So maybe
So you said you went and got your fourth milk
not
from
my
him.
fourth milk.
Is that right?
Wait, no, my
Which?
third,
How many milks?
third carton of
Your
milk.
third milk.
Yeah.
In how many days though?
Like a week and a half? I think I can drink a
Oh,
carton of
okay.
milk
That's
in like
not
3
that's
days.
not crazy.
Yeah, but the
That's
fact
not
that,
that's
Yeah,
yeah.
that's not
but
crazy.
the fact is, he remembers me enough that I buy so much milk that he's starting to give me a straw.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel like I'm drinking too much milk.
Do you think he's on? Do you think he's on his podcast now, embarrassed because he realized he handed some kid a straw with his liter milk, and he's like, "Oh no, what is he gonna think that I drink milk out of the carton? So I need straws." Do you ever think it could be someone else's embarrassing moment, and not yours?
I think
Yeah.
I think I am someone's embarrassing story constantly. Like I remember I was in an airport and I
Really?
full on ate shit into the ground.
Ah,
Just full on
And-
tripped up.
I know for a fact that someone so many people saw me, and I know for a fact that I am probably the joke of their story because I was like full on
Well-
sprinting to the bathroom
Well,
and I
that's
just
the one
ate
that-
shit, like proper ate shit on the floor.
that's the one of them making fun of you. But do you ever feel like you're the person that when someone says to a waiter like enjoy your meal and then you say you too, like do you ever think you're not the person who did the embarrassing thing, you're the person that the embarrassing thing happened around? Yeah
Here, I know exactly what you mean because literally
Yeah.
the other day I was talking to a customer and they were speaking English and I was like, they were leaving the pool area and I was like, oh, have a nice rest of your stay, and then he said you too. To then I went, fucking idiot.
That's fair.
It's not fair. He doesn't
That's
know
fair
me.
on him.
You don't know me.
Yeah, but clearly you're not. Well, you're not. You're not from Tokyo.
Yeah, but I was wearing.
Yeah, but he's wearing
like
a
He
staff
probably
uniform.
put two and two
Staff
together. Yeah,
No, I could live there.
but you.
Where are you from? I'm from Tokyo. I mean, I'm from
Yeah,
Okinawa.
but we all know you. Yeah, but
We all
you're
know it's
white as
possible.
hell as well, though.
That is true.
You're definitely not from
Maybe
Tokyo.
I'm on his podcast where he's like, I know that motherfucker is not from Okinawa. He didn't ask me what
Yeah,
to
he's not from
fucking say.
Okinawa. He definitely did have a nice trip because he's not staying there forever.
Yeah.
A trip isn't necessarily 1 week.
I know he's leaving sometime, and I'm gonna catch him out on it.
Because when someone does an embarrassing thing around you, you often think, huh, and then you completely forget about it. Whereas
Yeah,
that
right.
person might be in bed 4 years later, wake up in
remembering
a
it,
cold
yeah.
sweat because they remembered it and they remembered your look in your face. And meanwhile, I couldn't recall it if you tried to give me $1 million for it.
Do you have a moment like that where you just like want to shut down from embarrassment that you're willing to share on the podcast?
Taco Tuesday.
Just do.
That's the worst.
There are a few moments in my life that I like look back on. I'm like, that is so cringe that happened, and I
Yeah.
like it's a full thing.
Like in the moment, no, but looking back on it, wearing a trilby to school every day in grade 12 probably
what's
wasn't
the
as cool as I thought it was.
What's a trilby?
And bringing that walking stick to every fucking party.
I'm bringing a walking stick with me everywhere
Yeah.
I went.
Oh, a
Like,
trilby hat,
maybe
yeah.
wasn't as cool as I remember.
Adam, you did not wear a fucking trilby to school every day.
Every day for like a year. Yeah. I was so cool.
Do you remember the fedora?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what it was. It wasn't technically a fedora, it was a trilby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know my hats. I wore them for a long, long time.
You still do.
Like
Okay.
I know the difference.
Maybe can we?
Oh, so
can you
if
bring
we-
can you bring back the
So
trilby?
if we had a fedora, it'd be different.
Bring back
You
the
have
hat
to-
review.
Wait. Yeah.
No.
Fuck me. Still funny.
Yeah, have to.
That's still funny.
No, it's not.
No
Fuck
one can
off.
see it anymore, so it's not as fun.
Yeah.
No one can see the hat.
Well, you
You
can
just
just
do like a
do
little
your
shorts
own
video
edit,
of it.
so we don't have to be around. Hat talks with Rogers.
I'll
And it can
post
just be
a short
like
every
a
day of
2
you
minute.
wearing a
Yeah,
different hat.
yeah. Do
Why
that.
don't you do that?
I've got the so
then I don't have to deal
many
with it.
hats in this house. Like probably like 50 hats. So that's a good few months before I have to buy any more.
How many days are in a month, Adam?
30.
So how can it be a good few months if there's only 50 hats?
Because there's 50 hats that I can see at a glance. I'm sure I can find more.
Yeah, you can do hat of the week.
You can do a hat a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a week.
Hat of the week. This is my hat this week. It's got.
Is that
Hugo Boss.
when you moved back in to your house? Was that the main of your boxes? Just hats?
Hats. What was in most of my boxes? There was a lot of so many like video games and like knick-knack stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do I have this? But I couldn't throw it away. And I'm just like,
Why?
what? I can't throw in my video games.
No,
But
you
my
had
video
knickknacks
games.
and stuff.
Yeah, but I like having my knickknacks.
What knickknack? Do you still have the pop top bottles?
Yeah, I do. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Things like that. things that I couldn't dream of parting with.
Well, they
my
don't
Pop
make
Top
them
thing.
anymore.
Exactly, they don't make them anymore. There's always
That'd
a
have
reason
to be
keep them
expired
around.
by now.
Oh yeah.
Like, they cannot be healthy to drink.
Well, to be fair, they never were healthy to
Yeah,
drink.
there's so much sugar in
they
them,
couldn't
yeah.
have gotten much worse. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and these ones.
Now you can only get sugar. Is it even sugar free or just sugar reduced?
I think it's sugar free now.
Oh, okay. Because if it's sugar reduced, you can't keep that after it's been years. They're not. You haven't reduced it anymore. It's now just the new recipe.
Well, apparently Australia is looking at introducing a sugar tax because of the amount of like soft drink we drink.
They've been trying to do that for years.
Sugar tax, as in less sugar, or you pay more for sugar?
No, it would cost them more to do sugar
Yeah.
products.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what that means though.
High fructose
They're
corn
not.
syrup.
They're just
baby.
going to
That's what it
pay us
means.
more.
No, it means high fructose corn syrup.
No, I think high fructose like corn syrup would still fall under that category because it's still very not
count.
healthy.
Ah. Yeah.
Nice.
They're not
Well,
going to do it because they'd be stupid too.
What's also crazy, and I feel like, is that if there is a sugar tax and they're forced to raise the price of Coke, the price of Diet Coke will go up with it, despite the fact that there should be no reason for it to, because it should now be the cheaper one because it doesn't have sugar in it. But there's
I don't know about that. I reckon there would probably end up being like
Yeah?
some like Australian
I just don't
consumer
understand.
case about it or
Don't you
something.
understand?
No.
Just in general.
I just don't understand why they're like, oh, we'll put a sugar tax on it. It's like, no, just educate people to not go to McDonald's every fucking day. It's not that fucking hard.
Oh, yeah,
we
it's-
tried
it's-
it. It can't be trusted.
Yeah, so that's their problem. If you have no self-control where you need to go, I need to buy all the sugary stuff I can because I want it and I need it. That's on you. Why should I have to pay more to buy a Coke?
I mean, I can get into the economics of socialized medicine if you want, of like why they do it. It's not a fun conversation, but it's the reason.
All I'm saying is if a bottle of Coke is $2, that's as much as I want to pay. It's more now, but
They
you
never.
get what I'm saying.
When was the last time it was $2? Here's what blows my mind: I can get a
Grenades.
1.25, sometimes even 2-liter bottle of soft drink, and the same brand will nearly always cost more in a 600 milliliter bottle.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
How does that work? Obviously, your product is not worth that much, and your packaging isn't, because I'm getting a bigger package. So why is the bigger one cheaper than the small one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Buying quantity.
Checkmate, atheists.
Instead of... What?
What the fuck does that mean?
The delirium's kicking back in, guys.
I don't...
We talked about fedoras earlier. It's coming back
okay,
out of
yeah,
me.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
Reddit meme.
Do you have a phase that you're just not proud of, Peter or Dan? Yeah. Do you guys have a phase that you're not proud of? 'Cause I know Adam's
What do you mean phase?
like a phase, like Adam's fedora phase.
I am who I am because I did it.
Yeah,
But-
but that doesn't mean
know.
you don't have to. Like, you can
Did I have a
regret it.
phase growing up, Rogers?
I don't know if you probably did, but I don't think they ever left. I think they all just stuck around. They're like the door was one way, like they can't get out. I think new ones just keep getting added.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a
Peter
bad
is
thing.
just one phase. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
he literally just went, and he's in. Like, he just has stayed, and he's just stay there. One day, he might just pop out.
No, Peter's phases are new shows that he quotes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he just keeps adding to the collection, but none of them leave either. Like, he still sticks with the same ones, but just adds more on top of it.
My library just gets
Do
bigger.
you think your dictionary will become podcast quotes at some point, Peter?
If they made it into a TV show, probably. If it was quotable enough.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, this podcast. If you were to listen to this podcast, do you think you would start saying quotes from this podcast? Like, make it a quote, make it wiggly? What is it?
Probably
Put on a
not.
t-shirt, make it wiggly.
To make wiggly.
I mean, if the t-shirt brand gets big enough, maybe.
Yeah.
But that would also imply that I need to listen to episodes, and I don't like to listen to episodes because I have my voice.
I think I say podcast quotes without knowing that I'm saying podcast quotes. I think I just think I'm quoting something, but then I'm quoting our podcast, and I don't remember it.
I don't remember
They
our podcast
are-
in general. I literally just...
No.
Sometimes I listen to past episodes, and I'm like, what were we... When did we... What?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like...
One that I know that I quote all the time this is from an old beep video, like an old video.
Why did you say the
is
name
Peter?
but beep?
So he knows to bleep it out.
So he knows to beep it because it's coming up to
is
remind
that-
him.
Yeah. I don't remember what game you were playing, Peter, but at one point you say,
Is it, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god?
yes, it is. I say that all the time. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's you.
Did I do that?
Yeah. When you played Give Up, the game was Give Up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that is a phase that you regret? Oh,
Yes,
No.
that was a phase I regret.
I learned so much from on what not to do. So I learned that 720p means nothing, and I learned that from because I would get
What do
like
you mean that
720.
means nothing?
Well, I'd get 720p recording equipment, and it would look like garbage.
Yeah.
Because it technically recorded in 720p, but like it couldn't record movement or anything.
yeah.
Like it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it used to be like 30
right.
FPS or something.
Yeah.
I think it was a good stepping stone for if we ever want to make a gaming channel or something.
yeah.
We've got that background.
Yeah, Alex, you brought this topic back around, so I assumed it was because you had one that you wanted to talk about.
No, I don't have
Can we
a
also wrap
phase.
this up soon because it's 9 o'clock
that's fair.
and I'm
Yeah.
past my bedtime.
That's true.
Alex, quickly tell an embarrassing story and then we can leave.
I can't think of an embarrassing story. I've been...
Come on, do it.
I can't think of an embarrassing phase. I'll think of one by next podcast.
Have you ever pooped your pants?
Yes, I did when I had COVID. I shit
Okay,
myself.
well,
That's not a phase.
No, you know what you know what embarrassing phase is?
Yep.
He
What?
still listens to Busted.
It's not, a,
Nah.
you think
not
you'll
a-
ever be ashamed of that?
it's not a phase. It's a lifestyle.
So when did you poop your pants?
I pooped my
When did
pants.
you poop your pants?
So I had COVID and I was at work and I realized I was sick when I tried to have a fart and I shit myself. Like-
yeah.
Like I'm talking like the only way I knew that I shit myself is because I farted and then I smelt it and I was like, that smells way worse than usual. And then I had to go to the bathroom and I was like, I genuinely just shit
This
my pants
fart
the
smells
first-
worse
for the
than
first time in
usual.
4 years.
Wait, but only the first time in 4 years though. That's too frequent. Why is it not the first
Wait,
time?
when was the last time you shat yourself before that?
Why is it not the first time in 18 years? Why is it the first time in 4 years?
I actually have a story about this as well. It was like
Yes, Dan,
years
let's talk
ago.
about you shitting your pants instead.
Like the first time I had like a Farmer's Union iced coffee.
Yeah.
It was like
Are you and I the only people that don't shit ourselves, Robbers?
No, I pooped my pants on the bus once.
yeah.
When? Like in the last 3 years?
No,
or-
I swear that's where that topic ends. You'll get that on the Patreon.
But yeah, no, the iced coffee thing was like my birthday. I was like super young and like
Shit yourself on your birthday?
yeah, I had iced coffee because like someone got it for me for my birthday, and yeah,
Were you
How old was this,
I was
Are
like-
you lactose intolerant?
I was like maybe 13, 14 at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
No, that's too
that's-
old,
It's
but that's
still
not.
old.
Nothing
Excuse
recent.
me. Yeah, I
It's
think,
it's too old,
Yeah.
but it's no Alex's 3 years ago, and then
Yeah.
2 years before
It might not
that.
have been 3
Yeah.
years. I keep forgetting I'm 21. Like, I keep thinking I'm 18. So when I say 3 years ago I was like 15, that's still too old. I can't. I'm putting myself into a hole here. I sometimes shit myself.
I've
I don't
pooped
know.
myself on a bus.
I never shit myself like on public transport.
Yeah, it's not a regular thing.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's my only story for it. It was a
Definitely-
long bus ride.
Okay, now that's
I'll tell you
fair
what.
enough. Because like if
How
the
old were you,
bus
though?
doesn't go
Yeah.
past
Oh, no,
like a
I mean-
stop where you can like get off and
no,
go.
I mean like I did it. I meant it was very early into the bus ride, and then it was a long bus ride out.
Oh no!
As in you stayed on the bus.
How old were you?
Oh, that's a good question. Year 11?
Okay,
Well, maybe
Wait,
that would
what?
have been like
maybe year 12. So
Wait.
15?
like yeah,
Was
15,
Peter with you?
Wait.
16.
No,
17.
Peter wasn't there.
Wait. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
He's laughing so loud that his fucking mute filter isn't working.
Oh my gosh!
Shit.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
shit.
literally.
Yeah,
Oh fuck, that's so funny.
Wait, so is this going away or to school?
this is on the way home. This is going home. It was one of the few days you didn't catch the bus. You almost were there for it. But
Thank
you
fuck
managed,
for that.
you managed to miss it.
Thank fuck for that. I would have not allowed you to live that down.
I was not a happy camper.
No.
I was a very grumpy boy.
Do you think that you would have been friends with him if he did shit himself on the bus and then continued to stay on the bus and just let you go?
What do you want me to do? If I couldn't get off. I'm 15 years old. How am I gonna get home?
Yeah.
If I get off at a
Yeah.
random stop.
I think it would have been one of those things where I think I would have just gone to the front of the bus and
left you in
we
the
would have
back.
like called each other, and that's how we would have talked.
Because I mean, you remember how long the bus ride was from Marion to the hub, right? It's like
Yeah.
It's like an hour, 15 minutes. The only stop at a place that would have a bathroom is Flinders Medical Center. And I almost got off there, but I thought, no,
Nah,
I'm
you could
good.
make it.
And I wasn't good.
So was it like
Go on.
was it like a
It's
bag
deep.
of dirt, or was it like pebbles?
No. It was. I was like super sick.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna say, was it something you could like,
Yeah.
open your pant leg and let it roll out, or would it just leak
No,
on the side?
no, it wasn't like. No, it wasn't like a poop.
When you got
It
home,
This is
was
the
it
chocolate milkshake.
washable or was it bin?
I was washable.
Okay.
Basically, all it was is that like I'm holding it in, and it just goes, now, and it's just like the tension of holding it in just didn't do anything, and it just was dribbled out.
Just
I
came
love
out.
the idea
Yeah.
that you literally
There
just
wasn't like a
described
moment.
the fact that you described your shit being like, nah, it ain't happening. Like your shit could talk, and I understood that. I was just like, dude, because sometimes I get that. Like if it's like if you
Because
need to
most
poop,
people are like, oh yeah, most people are like, oh, I farted and it came out, because like, you give it a window to sneak
Yeah.
out when you fart.
Yeah.
But then it was
No
none of
windows
that.
were open. It just
There wa-
busted through.
Yeah, then it was none of that. It just sort of like,
snuck in.
just sort of like came out, and I'm just sat there like, no, as it's like just very slowly on the move, and then it stopped, and then like 20 minutes later it did it again, and and then 20 minutes after that, I got off the bus and I waddled up to the toilet and I cleaned myself and I waddled home. And I was in a very bad mood.
Why are you waddling home if you've cleaned the shit off your pants?
Because it was still because I still was just as sick.
Yeah.
Like I managed to go to the toilet, but I padded my undies and had to walk home. Just in case it happened again.
Have you split your pants before
Didn't.
at work?
Not at work, but I
At
definitely
work?
split some
No.
pants.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I split my pants when I was at work. I bought a pair of pants and I was super happy with them, but they weren't very loose where the groin area is, and I squatted down to clean something, and they just ripped so hard. I'm talking fucking dick to butthole split.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
and I had to go home. It was 11:30 in the morning, and I just had to go home. I had to be I just can't be here. There's no way I can get changed. And I drove home, got changed, and came back to work. And I was just oh my god, splitting your pants just sucks.
That's what duct tape's for.
I've split them from groin to calf in one solid movement. I'm like, well,
How did you do that?
this is over. Getting out of the car. So luckily I just got back in the car and went home.
Well, that day. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Man,
well, my day is over.
that would have
And I
been so
went back,
funny
and
if
I
it was
went
on the
back
same
home.
day. If that was on the same day that you shit yourself on the bus. You got out of the bus and your pants ripped.
That would have been the worst.
So I'm the only one here who hasn't shit themselves at
Look, you just haven't been sick enough.
at an improper age,
Yeah.
and
You
I
need to be-
haven't ripped my pants.
Yeah. I'll give you gastro. Did Alex just shit his pants?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Did it happen?
No, I don't know why this reminded me of this. Adam, do you remember when to Bali? I think it's because you said gastro, and I was thinking of Bali belly. Do you remember going on the water slide at Bali, and I was kind of nervous to go down, and then
Did you poop your pants?
No,
on,
it
on
has
the
nothing to
water
do with
slide?
shit. I didn't shit.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with pooping pants. It was just a funny memory that I had. And I was getting nervous to go down, and you said, "Hey, if you're nervous, when you're going down, just scream out, 'Yeah, boy.'" Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember that.
And I yelled it
Because it was
so
it
loud.
was a capsule. It was a capsule water slide where the floor drops away beneath you.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm like, when you get nervous, you scream, "Yeah, boy!" It'll make you less nervous.
Boy.
Yeah.
And guess what? It worked.
It was like a chump, but when I got out, I didn't realize how loud it was because when I got out of the water slide, everyone was looking at me, down at the ground, and then I looked up.
I could remember it completely because what happened was you actually screamed it twice because the floor.
That's right.
The floor dropped
Yeah, boy,
away
yeah,
from
boy.
you, and you went, "Yeah, boy," kind of quiet, and the dude operating the slide looked at me and went, "Do you know what he just said?" And I knew, and I told him, "Nah." And then a second later, you would just hear echoing up, "Yeah, boy!" So you must have realized you were having a good time. So then everyone went, "Oh, he's yeah boying." They all realized together and had a laugh.
No respect. Oh god, I don't know why you shit in your pants.
But you
Remind
went
me
on
of
that slide so many times after that.
I
and
did,
it
yeah.
all comes down to the tactic of if you're scared on a slide, just scream, "Yeah, boy!"
I had to.
Yeah,
I might have to go on
boy.
a zip line soon for work, just because it's one of the things I might have to do. I might
Oh, hell
scream
yeah.
out, "Yeah, boy!"
Do
and
it.
record
Yeah,
it.
boy.
Yeah.
That's kind of hype. I might do that.
I mean, if anything, I'm a little disappointed that you haven't uploaded anything from Japan.
As in, I mean, I have stuff.
Shorts or
I
anything.
mean, I have stuff, but it's everything that's just already been done in Japan. I can't think of anything.
So-
original.
Yeah,
But this is
Hasn't been done on our
Alex
channel.
in Japan. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't anyone else doing it. This is Alex in Japan.
That's
yeah.
true.
This is the main cast, a member of the main cast. in
Did you guys see that I
Yeah.
put main
don't
cast on
think-
the wall?
I did. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
I got to
But,
draw
but
it.
Although-
you didn't. You wrote TMC.
Kind of stupid how you didn't write the main cast on YouTube though.
Yeah, you
that's
just wrote
because-
TMC, which that not. If
Yeah.
we search TMC, we're nowhere near The top
Yeah.
results.
I also want to say this. As I was doing it, one of my coworkers came in and he said, in Japanese, "Are you a child?" To that I went, "Yes."
And then you should have gone yes
And I'm on,
and check this
and
out
I'm on
and
YouTube.
write the
Yeah,
URL
show my
on it.
podcast.
Yes. YouTube.com/the maincast.
So what you need to do now is you need to go back there and write the URL on it.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
work. Can't wait for kids to start
And I
playing.
want-
Alex, what are keyboards in Japan like?
They are the exact same to these, only the Japanese letters are on the keyboard, and there's a little setting on the side where you can turn it from English to Japanese. And sometimes
from
when you
kanji.
write certain like characters, they turn into kanji.
But Japanese have more than 24 letters, don't they?
Yes, correct. So some of the
How does
keys
it-
have like the numbers. Some of the numbers have
Yeah.
hiragana, and then if you type in like two certain characters of hiragana, they turn into a kanji letter automatically.
A completely different kanji letter.
Yes.
Like a completely unrelated one.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of confusing. I
That
don't
sounds
know
like
how
a
it works.
nightmare.
It really was.
Why don't
I
they just have
think-
different keyboards? Just give them something else.
Because there's like 1,000 kanji though.
Do you have to write your URLs vertically
No. I do
on
not.
websites? Oh,
Nope. I don't.
Okay.
I don't think when you come to Japan, because I know it's an if, but if you ever do, I think you'll be very disappointed with the amount of vertical writing there is. Like, there's not much.
As in, like, there's a lot or there's none?
There's nothing.
I wish I could speak every language but just not read it.
Why?
That's a hot
that would
take.
just be so...
That's crazy.
So
I
in
think that'd be
every
cool.
country you want to go to, you want to be like an uneducated, like, peasant from the 1800s, pretty much, where you can speak and can't read.
No, but fluent in every
Yeah,
language.
but what if
just
you
can't
were
read.
given like a text message and you're like, I don't fucking know. Like, you just speak like the best Japanese of your life, and then someone flicks you a message, and you have to like go to the next person and be like, "What does this say?"
Yeah.
What does this say?
Well, would you
God.
rather be able to read or speak it? If you could only pick with the one.
Speak it for sure.
Ooh, I think read. No, I think I was gonna say read it, but any time that I could read it, I can just use an app to translate. So probably speak. Yeah, it's harder to translate speech than text.
Yeah. Hey guys, I don't want to end this because this is great, but I feel like Peter is either going to pass out
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Adam, this is never going to come out.
Well, I was thinking what I could do is I could just slowly, like I could stop my recording now
And just
No, no,
leave.
no.
Just
and
arch
just
your
slowly
butt.
like just back away.
Fine.
So, now you got your second wind when we started talking about pooped pants, but I think
Oh yeah, I think the
we've
extra
exhausted
energy's
that.
gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was up and
I
down.
don't know.
Yeah.
You were here for like an hour. I think that was good. You just solid. Oh.
An hour
50.
49.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we
No,
need
but
An
back to
hour
it.
I'm
and
not talking
49
about-
minutes.
Well, the first 20 minutes we were talking about some stuff, and I don't think I heard Peter once. I think I heard
Oh,
Peter for
yeah.
like maybe half a minute.
I am not a chit chatter type person.
Ooh,
if I've
you're
got
on a
nothing to say,
podcast.
I'm not going to say
What are you
it.
talking about? You're on a podcast. You can't say that you're not a chit chatter.
You were talking about baby butts. I've got nothing on that.
Yeah.
Just two questions about the recording of the podcast. One at Peter. Peter, do you scratch your beard a lot during the recordings of the podcast?
I don't think so. Do
You
I?
don't, because there
Doesn't
are
sound like
times just randomly that I will hear fuzz, and I'm like, "What's that noise?" and it's your audio track, and I'm like, "It's not all the time." And I put it down to you just like playing with your beard, maybe in the microphone.
Have you heard Peter using like moving his plates and cutlery around yet?
Yeah, I've heard that. I got doing the dishes.
I hear it all the time.
Hey, guys, I've got to go to bed some nights, and this is taking a bit too long, all right? I've got to multitask.
And then the other thing, Alex, why have you not fixed your echo yet? If you know what it is, why is it still happening?
Oh, it's happening this episode too. Because when I put my earphones down,
What is it?
It's my earphones. It's
Ah.
it's you know
The-
when you're like you can hear. I am listening to you on like 30% volume, and I can still hear you outside of my headphones. Which begs the
Okay.
question: why do
Turn
I wear
us
them?
down.
I have.
Turn us down. Because it's the same as me just having a speaker on, and you just think you can get away with it, and you can't get away with it
I think
because I hear it every
I think
episode.
this week is fine because I can't see you on my audio waves that I'm looking at. but when I went to the bathroom earlier this episode...
No, but I can never see
can
them.
see it.
I can never see them. I can hear them. Because I wish I could see them because I could line them up okay, but I can't. I have to go by boosting it as loud as it can and trying to line it up audio-wise. But every one of us has a different latency with you, so it doesn't work. So you cut that out. You put headphones on. You just get earbuds or something.
I'm wearing earbuds. That's what I'm wearing. That's what I don't understand.
Why is it so loud?
How did I not realize it? I was editing the thing.
I don't know.
I blamed the rest of you. I was just like, these motherfuckers don't know how to fucking record.
I want to find a clip of you. I want to find a clip of you complaining about my echo, and then put that at the beginning of the clip where I find you're the echo, and release that on YouTube.
Let me get one thing straight. I am not the echo all the time. You are an echo a lot of the time too. And maybe we just both echo.
But mine is obvious. Yours sneaks up on me.
Sneaks up like a fucking ghost. Ooh.
Alex, take us home. Take us home. Take us home.
Fuck. I don't... Oh, okay.
Just say the ending. Say
Hey
the
everybody, it's Alex here. He's not thinking. Thank you everyone for listening to the main broadcast. I have been your lovely host, but not your star, Alex Rogers, and I am with Adam, Peter, and Dan. Just fantastic podcast all around, guys. I think this is like a 10 out of 10. This first half was amazing. I think the second half was a mess, talking about farts and shits.
Yeah, it's been podcast delirium like at least half of this.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
So to end it, Alex, if you can't do it at home, where's the best place to poop your pants?
At work. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe-
at least you get the day off.
I would say at work, because then you can go home
Yeah, you
straight
get the
after.
day off if that happens.
That's it.
Unfortunately, you'll be known as the guy who shat himself at work, but...
Yeah, but they're not going to make you stay.
Yeah.
Do you want to be the
You get an
psycho on
early
the bus? Do you want to be the smelly guy on the bus that smells like he shit his pants?
No, it's much worse. Because I'm already going... I get no advantage to pooping on the bus. You get an advantage to pooping
You gotta
pants at
sit
work.
in it.
Yeah, at work you gotta go home.
I mean, technically, if you poop your pants on the bus, you're going home anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So you get no benefit from doing it. It's just a stinky ride now.
You're already going home.
Can anyone else think of a quote?
A friend who laughs with you when you poop your pants is a friend for life.
That's a good
That's
one.
pretty good.
I like that one. That's pretty
Pooping
good.
no, it's better. Pooping your pooping your pants is not the end. It's just a messy chapter in your story.
That's pretty good.
Pooping your pants is just a small stain on the fabric of your life.
I mean, that's pretty good, actually. So,
All right, I'm stopping it
I don't want
here.
to be that guy, but
That's a good.
can we end this now?
Yeah, well, this is ended.
Yeah.
This is there's a bunch of work at the end.
We
for Adam.
started and we ended with poop, so it's perfect.
We call it the Shits and Giggles podcast.
All right, we got topics for this.
Great start, fellas. Great start. I like the hustle.
From the top again.
Yeah, let's do it.
I even took like a whole breath in. It's like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it.
You'll hear it. You'll hear it on the audio waves. You'll hear me go, and then almost wounded me. Okay.